Hi there, my name is Sarah and welcome to my channel. This is the first time I will appear on video. Thank you very much for watching. Today I want to talk about the White Nights 35 set that comes in the metal tin. Now, why is this set special? Why am I talking to you about it? First of all, have you ever seen a tin this beautiful? This like lilac purple color, it is amazing. The set itself has 35 pans in it, 35 whole pans. I will just give you a little peeky peek. Now, mine has some missing. Don't worry, they weren't stolen. So I'm going to insert the swatching footage amidst me talking about this set, but I do want to talk about a couple of specific issues, colors, features, things like that. So particularly the 35 set is interesting because White Nights revamped the color selection so that the entire set is light fast according to their ratings. This is awesome. I'm not going to lie. The old set had several extremely fugitive colors. The ones in particular that I'm thinking about are the violet and the green. The violet used PV3 and the green used PG8. Now, both of those colors are beautiful, but they're extremely fugitive. So White Nights has revamped the color selection so that it has other colors in place of those. I think it's a great move on White Nights' part to make sure that they are selling light fast selections. It's a little sad because they were beautiful colors, especially the PG8 is just stunning. It's the original Hooker's green. It's very difficult to find now because it's so fugitive, but man, it's gorgeous. So I think it's great that White Nights has revamped the palette color choices. So that's kind of my number one major reason to get the 35 set instead of the 36 in the plastic palette. The other thing is the tin is just beautiful. I mean, how would you not want a lilac watercolor tin? I mean, it's stunning. Also, it comes with an insert that holds all of the full pans. So usually with a tin of this size, you can only hold 24 full pans, and they fit 35 in because they've maximized the space in the tin. And I think that's awesome because I'm the kind of person that wants to cram as many pans as possible in a tin. So those are all really awesome features of the 35 set, and I think if you're on the fence about buying it, you absolutely should buy it. Now, having said that, there are a couple of colors that are a little weak, particularly the ochre light specifically bugs me, and that's because the ochre light uses the pigment PY43. Now, PY43 is otherwise known as raw sienna. Now, raw sienna is already in this palette with PY43. Ochre light is just the same paint with less pigment in it. It's not more transparent, it's just weak. I feel like that was a poor decision on White Nights' part. I don't like it, I won't use it. As far as I'm concerned, it can go in the trash, except I want to save the pan. So the other colors that were pretty weak was the cerulean blue. Now, cerulean blue is weak anyway, but this one is still particularly weak. And the cobalt blue is a little weak as well. Aside from that, the colors are beautiful. It is missing that violet color because it's not light fast. They won't include it in this palette. The other thing that I find interesting is White Nights in general uses PV3 for their violet color instead of PV23, which is the more common pigment. PV3 is more fugitive than PV23. So I feel like if they were to switch to using PV23, they might be able to include it again. It's still not totally light fast, but it's more light fast than PV3. Other than that, I think White Nights paints in general are really good for any level of user, any level of painter. The colors are incredibly vibrant. They are fun to use. I will note that I personally feel like they have less flow compared to other brands, particularly like your standard brands like Daniel Smith, Schmincke, Sennelier. These paints don't flow as much. Now, if you are a high flow user, if you're a high flow painter and you need that high flow, these are not the paints for you. But if you can deal with a little bit less flow, or if you want to add Oxgall to your water or something, they can totally work for you. I think they'll be great for urban sketchers. They'll be great for people who are doing plein air painting because they're a little easier to control in that way, in those scenarios. The flow for me is actually a little bit of an issue, but I think for urban sketching, they'll be great. The reason that I am particularly interested in White Nights is not necessarily for the paint or the paint qualities, it's more for the size of the pans. Now, White Nights pans are about 15% smaller than other full pans on the market. But what that means is that they fit perfectly into a little tin that is this size. And so I just want to make a note that this is the kind of tin that has the 3 dividers on the top and then the little pointed divots. If you try to put this arrangement into, let's say, a Meeden tin that you buy off of Amazon, they will fit, but it's a very, very, very tight fit. And you wouldn't be able to swap these out. So here I've got a bit of extra room. So I could theoretically take out one of these pans and put in 2 half pans and it would still fit in this row. And actually I have done that in this palette. So you can see I've got some half pans in that middle row. I'm going to be talking more about my custom palettes in another video. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe and hit that little bell to get notifications because that should be coming in the next week or two. The White Nights pans, while they are slightly smaller compared to other full pans, have an advantage because that smaller size allows them to fit a little bit better into your smaller tins. That allows you to fit 14 pans in a 12 pan space. White Nights does sell an Urban Sketchers set that comes already pre-arranged in that way, but I can't get a hold of it here in America. You can order it direct from the White Nights website in the UK, but the cost is prohibitively expensive compared to what I could get for basically the same amount of money. I mean, I bought this 35 set for the same amount of money I would have had to pay to ship that Urban Sketcher set with 14 colors to me from the UK. So it was just easier to buy the whole set. Now I do have some other colors coming from Jackson's, some colors that I specifically picked that don't come in this set. And I will switch some of the colors out at that point between the 2 palettes. But for now, I'm really happy with the set that I got. I will use them particularly in probably urban sketching situations. I find that they don't work for me with the way that I paint portraits, but for other uses, sketching, little doodles, still lifes, I think that they work fine for that. They just don't work for my style of portrait painting. So thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed checking out the White Nights 35 set in the metal tin. If you have any questions, leave me a comment down below and keep your eye out because I'll have more videos featuring these White Nights paints coming up in the next few weeks. Bye.